Hey everybody, today we're going to talk about hip mobility and flexibility. Both are extremely important. I'm sure right about now my 20-something-year-old powerlifters, bodybuilders, CrossFitters are saying this is not for me. I guarantee you it is. So go ahead and do these mobility exercises and see how it affects your squats, your deadlifts, your super crazy box jumps. I guarantee you it's going to help you. As always, before starting any exercise program, consult your physician. The first thing I'm going to have you do to loosen up the hip joint is something commonly called open the gate and close the gate. The hip joint is a ball joint, which basically means it can move in every direction. Now this is where you get yourself into trouble, because when you start to slip on ice or something like that, your hips move in a direction that they may have been designed to move in. However, you haven't moved in those directions in a very long time. That's where you run into problems. This movement you may have seen professional athletes do on the sidelines. It's something they very commonly use to warm up. Now, although this is a very common exercise, I can almost guarantee you see nobody doing this in the gym before they do certain exercises. So for open the gate, all you're going to do is raise one knee up in front of you, and then you're going to rotate it out as far as you can, hopefully getting close to 90 degrees. And then you're going to lift the other knee up as high as you can, rotate it out to about 90 degrees. Then for close the gate, we're going to do just the opposite. You're going to raise that knee out to your side as high as you can, and then you're going to rotate it in. That's all you're going to do for open and close the gate. You can do 15, 20 repetitions on each leg. That should get that hip nice and loosened up and ready to move. The next thing I'm going to have you do is a stretch that we actually did in my first video for stretching at home, but we're going to add a little something to it. So this is commonly referred to as groin splits. It is a frog pose, and the position is important. So take a little time to get your body into the right position. So you're down on the ground in a kneeling position, and you're going to spread those knees out as far as you can. Keep the knees and hips in line with each other. This is the proper position. You can stretch those knees out as far as you can. You're not going to hurt yourself. Your brain will stop you before you physically hurt yourself in a stretch. After you get into the right position, with those knees nice and wide, knees and hips in line, feet relatively close, I want you to then rotate those hips so that you push your belly button down towards the floor. Now right about now, you should feel a nice stretch. You may say, ooh, but it's a good stretch. I want you to hold that stretch for a minimum of 1 minute. After you hold it for a minute, you're going to walk the elbows over to one side, and you're going to rotate up the opposite foot. Rotate it up about 15, maybe 20 times. The first time you do this, you're going to think that your body was not designed to move in those directions. I guarantee you it was. The more you do this, the more you're going to gain mobility, and you'll be surprised how quickly. One of the key items I want you to pay attention to is the angle between the calf and the thigh. I want that angle to remain relatively constant. And as you rotate that foot up, I want you to pay attention also to your hips. They're gonna move, but try to keep them in a relatively stationary position. After you do all of the repetitions on one side, I want you to then walk the elbows over to the other side and repeat. Now when you get done, I don't want you to get out of the position. I want you to then move back to the middle, rotate that belly button down towards the ground again, and hold it for another minute. Now after you do this, your muscles are going to be very loose, so I want you to be careful getting out of the position. The safest way to get out of this position is to simply walk your elbows forward and just lay right down on your belly, right on the floor. I know that there are not a ton of movements in this video, but these are very important movements. And no matter what your age or your expertise level, these are going to help you perform and help keep you safe from injury. I encourage all of you to try these stretches and mobility exercises every day. You'll be shocked at how quickly you progress. So if you've started, keep it up. And if you haven't started, use these videos to help get you moving. Thank you, everybody. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I'll keep the videos coming and I really hope you're enjoying them. If you have any comments at all, please leave them below and I will respond. Bye everybody.